Right now we're going to be doing all even, dark all even haircut. And I'm going to be temping the back at the end of the haircut.
I'm about to take you to school.
As we go a little something like this. Hit it!
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Old school to new school, the same old rules.
I'm going to start by using the 1.5 on a detachable 111, the detachable cordless octane clippers. I'm using a 1.5 blade to get it all even. Right now, I have the 1A, using the 1A to bring down the mustache and his beard. And I'm also going to use that to lay down his sides of his hair, so that when I go to line it up, it'll be sharper. Next, I'll be using the master clippers, and I'm on the 5th knot. They have 5 notches, and I'm on the one that expands the fullness of the blade, and I'm laying it down. All this to make sure that my line will be as crisp as possible. So I'm going to start lining it up, but before I start lining it up, I put a little temporary dark black color in the front of his hair, and I'm going to blend it in. It's made by Miss Cloro. It's a drop. I put a little sheen on it, and I'm working into his hair, and that's going to give my line some definition, just in the front of the hair. Now I'm going to get some spritz. I use motion spritz. I prefer motion spritz because it's not sticky. It dries quickly. And what this does, it keeps the hair stable. You have to give it an opportunity to dry before you start using it. But it's the cosmetics. Right now I'm using the Andes T-liners. When doing a lineup, first thing you want to do is get the corners even. Both corners. Before you do the front, you want to get the corners on both sides. So I'm going all the way around. But before I do the front of the line, I get the other side even, and then I start doing the front. right now I'm doing the front, but not before making sure that both points are even. So I'm right now, I'm blending the back out. I started off with the oyster number 2, and I'm gonna go from high to low. Switch that blade, put on the 1.5. From the 1.5, I'm going to the 1A. You want to do each one of these steps minimum 3 times before moving on to the next one. Lay it down a little bit. Okay, that's the 1A. Now I'm going to use the masters to clean up the bottom. Start off at the 5th notch and work my way all the way down to the 1 notch. Right now I'm going to be using some black ice. And the reason why I'm using this black ice is to cover up some imperfections in his hair. He got to feel thin areas. One there in the center of his head. Put a little black ice on it just to cover up some imperfections. I follow up by putting some spritz on it. Go back over the line with a razor. Sometimes some of the black ice is on the forehead and you want to remove that so that everything will look clean. You're going back over the line with the T-liners, cleaning up everything, making sure no hairs on his face. We're using the Andes cordless shavers. I like these shavers because they don't leave any bumps for the most part. I recommend them for 90% of the time. Going back over it a little bit. When doing this, you start with the blade you started with in the beginning, going from the 2 to the 1.5 to the 1A, using the Oyster Octane detachable clippers. And there we go.